Are you tired of your life? Are you tired of being in a relationship and you are the one chasing, asking, how am I going to change my life? Today we are going to talk about one part of you that you have left dormant. And the reason why is because you believe the stories told to you by society. You are being dragged with so many voices. You listen to the voice of your pastor, you listen to the voice of society, you listen to the voice of your teacher, you listen to the voice of your parents, and you are torn between which one is right for me to follow. We are going to look into that dormant part of you that you have left unactivated. We are going to activate it so that you are going to remain magnetic, irresistible. You're going to be a force to reckon with. All of those people you wonder, how do they do it? All of that power is right within you. You simply need to ignite it. You simply need to activate it so that you can bloom and blossom to the person that you want to be.
If a woman really understands and knows who she is, she can walk in a room and take control of every man in the room. How she walks, how she sits, how she talks, how she be. We don't know how to be women. We know how to do what women do.
That power we are talking about is your dark feminine energy. When we talk about dark, people are like, oh, I don't want to associate myself with dark. But really, dark is beautiful. The reason why you are scared of dark is because of fear. And I get it. The ways of the unknown, the ways of uncertainties are usually the ways of the spirit. So if you really want to ignite and walk in the ways of the spirit, you have to ignite some part of your mysterious self. And this is the part of your feminine side that you have left dormant because you are scared of what people would say. One beautiful thing about being mysterious is that no one is going to predict you. When you are unpredictable, people don't know how to handle you. You become God. Because no one can tell, this is your next move, this is what you're going to do again, this is how you're going to do it. No, people can always assume, oh my God, what is she coming up with? Because you are mysterious. But that's where the power is. Society has created an expectation of how a woman should look, what is expected of her. And you, in your fear state, wants to maintain that status so that you'll be right in the right of people. But that's not what you are here to do. You are here to be your ultimate self. You are here to live your life regardless. Any woman who has ever stood for herself, who has ever attained the height that we are all looking at, are the women who has gone against social validation, culture, and stood out to be themselves. So it is very important that you know that there are part of you, which is the dark feminine part, that you need to activate. Societal expectation of a feminine woman has shut off this part of you. And if you don't ignite this part of you, you are not going to experience a full power of being a feminine woman. Because if you are in your divine feminine power, you are exuding both your dark feminine energy and your light feminine energy. Okay, the light feminine energy is vulnerable. She's submissive. She's a nice girl. She's that girl that cries, that girl that asks, what did I do? How do I get it right? Why don't you love me? Do you love me? Do you want me? The submissive, the vicious, the girly, let me be here kind of a woman. While your dark feminine energy is the sassy, the confident, the passionate, the fierce kind of a woman, she walks into the room, she owns the room. Sometimes women who has used their power to achieve whatsoever they want to achieve in this life are women who has activated the dark feminine energy. The dark feminine energy is divine. The dark feminine energy is holy. It's dark, it's mysterious, but they are bold and willing to walk right in there and say whatever comes out of it, I'm ready. The dark and the light are the combination of what life is about. You cannot just have all light and all dark. The combination of both and balancing them is how you get a beautiful life. If you are always in your dark feminine energy, that's not how to live life. But there are situations and circumstances you find yourself. You ignite this power. You walk away because you need to walk away. You don't beg for love because you know that you are the love. You don't seek for people's opinion because you know that you have the intuition to think out what's right for you. The society will give you validation of what is expected. You know that this is not right. This is what is right for me. A woman in her dark feminine energy can never settle. She's fearless. She's confident. She's assertive. She's everything you call rebellion. But it's not rebelling against anyone. She's simply being truthful to herself. She put herself at the core of every decision. She moved based on her gut instincts. She's so aware of who she is. She's gone through a lot to make her realize that if she does not set herself free, that no one would ever set her free. She understands by one of the book of Maya Angelou that she knows why a caged bird sings. She knows that the caged bird needs freedom, and that's why she's singing for freedom. And she knows that she's a woman who has been caged, tamed to be in a certain way. But all of her body, lungs, her heart beat differently. Everything about her beat differently. She's aware. And then she says that, I sing because I want to be free. I sing because I want to experience the authentic me. And this is why the caged birds sing. But rebellion, actually, if you want to look at it, is when you go against the expectations of other people. Now think about it. Who made the rules? And what are the moral justification for the rules that they have made? Why would I have to follow someone else's rule that is not comfortable to my own ultimate self? So a woman in her dark feminine energy understands that the reason why she is here is to live her ultimate life. She doesn't need to hurt anyone to be happy. She doesn't need to be rude to be happy. She simply has to be herself. In being herself could mean that it's not the definition of how she's expected to be, but she has to be it regardless. If you have ever walked away from a bad relationship, it's because you have ignited your dark feminine energy. Because if you are not in your dark feminine energy, you'll be the one saying, oh my God, let me beg, let me try to tone down. You allow yourself to be talked down. You lose your voice in a relationship because you don't want to make them feel angry. You don't want to make them feel bad. You do everything possible to keep a relationship going, irrespective of how you feel. This is not the power of a woman who is in her dark feminine energy. Women who are in their dark feminine energy believe in the power of the uncertainty, in the power of the unknown. You know that your paths are well guarded and you are walking in the right direction. No longer begging people to be with you. No longer allowing people to break the boundaries you have set to yourself, and then you give excuses for them. Oh, maybe it's not really that they mean it. They mean it! You simply need to set your boundary, girl. You simply need to say this is what you want, and that's it. You don't need to start protecting people. You don't need to start telling people, no, this is not. No, you simply have to set a healthy boundary. If you are fully in your dark feminine energy, you no longer walk into the room and think, oh my God, do they like me? No, you walk into the room and say, how many people do I like here? Do I really like the energy they exude? It's just about you. You own your power. Have you ever tried listening to someone talk to you and you don't respond to that person, and then you find out the person keep talking over and over again because of your silence? Now you value your words. You know that your words are powerful. You know that you can't just say what you don't want to say to anyone you don't want to say it to. Now you say what you want to say because you know that there are power in your words. A woman in her dark feminine energy understands the power of silence. She uses this weapon when necessary. You no longer say things the way you want to say them. Type a long message trying to explain yourself. You don't need that long explanation to explain why you don't want something. You simply go straight to the point, no. And then you understand that no is a full statement. A woman in her dark feminine energy understands that everyone is imperfect. Anyone who poses to be perfect is not authentic. She knows this. So she knows her own imperfection. She wears this as a badge. So she first of all tells you her own imperfection because she knows that if she tells you or tell the world her imperfection, you have nothing to hold her down with. You have nothing to trap her. You have nothing to say this is what she do or this is how she, because she already told her story. She understands the power of imperfection and she uses it so well. Woman in her dark feminine energy understands the power of eye contact. She knows that when she looks at you right into your eyes and talk to you, that it sinks in better. She do it because she's bold. She's not scared of anything. She's not scared of how you're going to judge her. She already owned her power. She believes in the mystery of what goes around turns around. She knows that even if you go, that something better will open up. She's aware of herself. A woman in her dark feminine energy is in connection with herself. And she put herself at the center of every decision. And this grounds her. If you overuse this dark feminine energy, it's going to come out so wrong in your relationship. You're going to be very addictive. You're going to be very controlling. You can sometimes be seen as being masculine. You are going to be greedy. This is when you are over-expressing your dark feminine energy. Growing up, I had always used my dark feminine energy. I didn't even know that's what I've been using. I've been using it on default. I just know that I don't have to be in a place I don't feel good at. And I don't see why I should compromise. I don't have to get into a relationship and a guy is not texting me back and I'm texting him all the time. No. And I don't see any reason why you should text me with hi and I will go on, how are you? Are you okay? No. I am the kind of woman who believes that I don't need to chase you. I don't need to beg for love. I don't need to be in a relationship where I'm struggling to be loved. I don't believe I should fall in love and lose my voice. I don't believe I should be in love and I won't be able to be myself. I believe that if I'm in love, love is capable of helping me to exude the authentic person that I am. A woman in her dark feminine energy understands that her sexuality is where her power is. Now, this doesn't mean that she go exposing herself. It simply knows that she knows her assets and she knows how to use them for her own benefit. She's aware. She doesn't go ahead telling you her deals before it gets done. She sets healthy boundaries. She don't over-explain. She don't overstretch herself, because when you look at all of this over-explaining, over-stretching, it's because you're trying to buy into validation. You're trying to make them see reasons so that they can like you and they can be comfortable with you. A woman doesn't really know who she is. If she's aware that she can simply walk into a room and things will get done just by not saying a word, she will know how to use her energy to get what she wants without words. You cannot just walk into a room to get what you want if you're not aware of who you are. Because if you are in doubt of your personality, other people are going to be in doubt of your personality. Energy is being felt. Power is being felt. Charisma is being felt. And it is only when you feel yourself that you can be felt. If you are still struggling in your relationship, it's because you've not activated your dark feminine energy. You know when to balance both your light feminine energy and when to activate your dark feminine energy. You need this balance, because if you don't, then you're going to be living in your wounded femininity. I remember one day I was talking to a friend of mine and she said, if you know what, women are not supposed to be loud. I said, oh really? Do you want us to have conversation? And she said yes. I said, okay, why do I have a voice that has a volume if a woman shouldn't? Do I need it? A man doesn't need the breast and he doesn't have it. We human doesn't need the wing to fly, then we don't have one. So if I don't need volume in my voice, I shouldn't get one. So why do I get it? It's because sometimes you need to make your voice loud and clear. Because sometimes some people don't get it when you whisper. Sometimes whisper is what you need, especially in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? You can use your whisper voice to send some signals. You can use your loud voice to send messages. And this is why you need them. At the core of who you are, the divinity of what you carry. Be that woman who walks into the room and owns the space. Be that woman who walks into the room and your energy is felt. Even in her silence, she's singing, she's charismatic. Be that woman who has all the passion that anything she touches is felt. Not just that she feels it, you feels it, and everyone around feels her presence. She knows her power because she is in tune with her power. If you like this content, why don't you go ahead and click on the like button, subscribe to this channel so you can see more of this content.